Hey guys, so the number 6 prospect right now is Victor Robles. He's in the Nationals organization. 6 foot 190. He's an outfielder. Kind of has a swing that reminds me of Mookie Betts. I'm pretty excited about him. I'm not exactly sure. Um, you know, he had some time up in the big leagues last year, but didn't really produce all that much. He only had a 308 on base percentage and hit 250, but that can be pretty common as someone who just barely got called up to the bigs. So I really like his movement pattern. He turns the barrel and flips the box really well. So I think he's going to be good. So when I say that he's Mookie Betts like, what I mean is that Betts has this like little backwards move, like with his step, and then he gets into his landing almost in exactly the same way that Robles does, and you'll see um, with both Betts and Robles that they land and their belly button does a really good job of getting open at landing, like so, and their chest and shoulders stay closed and point at the pitcher as that works open. And then they're able to turn through the ball with a nice complete rotation. You can see how Robles' shoulders turn fully with a nice lean back there. And the only thing that I would say is that the end of his turn kind of gets cut off a little bit just because he stretches through his hip flexor a little bit. And you've probably heard me talk in videos about that before. If you're watching this, if you haven't, definitely go back and take a look at some other videos I've done. But ideally, we want it to be a straight line from the knee all the way to the head. So that way, when you turn, the stretch of your hip flexor doesn't stop your rotation. You can kind of see the more that Robles turns, the more that hip flexor becomes stretched. So if he were to just kind of pull his foot a little forward here, like over this line, and finish like at the second line, then that knee would be further forward. He could do his turn more fully, and it could do it a little bit more healthy. But these swings overall look really good. Even his takes. One thing that I look for in hitters a lot is that on their full swings versus their takes, they kind of look the same up until the very last second. So you'll see that in this swing right here, which is obviously a full swing, versus a take that we're going to see in just a second, up until right there, you don't even know if he's swinging or not. You're not really sure. And then when he starts to get out of the way, you realize that he's not swinging. But it's super important for hitters to be able to maintain the same movement sequence for a really long time before they decide that they're either going to swing or not swing. So Robles does an awesome job of that, and most of his swings look great. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time more just like talking about it. I already kind of hit on some of the things that I wanted to hit on, so I'm going to jump right to Mookie Betts and just kind of compare his swing to Robles' swing. So here's Betts on the left, Robles on the right, and you'll see how Mookie does a really good job of getting his hips open, just like Robles does. Not really a ton of difference here. He turns the barrel up through the ball, Robles does, and then you'll see that Betts really does the same thing here. In this pitch, Betts has to reach a little bit more because it's more away, and he's a little bit early, but he's able to hit this ball really hard, and Robles does the same thing. So I think that Robles has a chance to be really good. Probably just needs a little bit more time to see some big league pitching, but overall his pattern is solid, and I think he has a chance to be really good.